This Earth of yours will be reduced to a burned-out cinder.
Real wrath of God type stuff. Biblical.
No, not yet.
Gentlemen, you can't fight in here. This is the war room.
I came here to give you these facts.
Dogs in camp, living together. Mass hysteria.
We're going to live on. Today, we celebrate.
Flabbergasted by the Audacity. How do we normally start these? I don't even remember.
You've been
What a
doing this
time.
for how long now?
2 years. That's not the point.
You know, most of the time it's like me like complaining about something and you just kind of start without me knowing.
Oh,
And that's how we both begin.
That's why it felt off. I was like, huh.
Yeah,
Alright.
because I had nothing to talk about, to be honest. I didn't really
Where's the bitcher?
I didn't really have like a lot to like complain about this week, so for once that's a good thing, I guess. I guess you could say.
Isaiah, do you have any grievances?
His fucking street.
Just the street?
Oh, his street's all fucked up. You haven't been on the street?
Oh, they're being torn
can't
up? Is it being torn up?
You can't even park your car in your own driveway. Fuck, you have to like park on the other side like the road, like elsewhere, and then walk to your house.
Well, thank God Isaiah doesn't drive.
What? I guess, but like, fuck, man.
Yeah, it's just really annoying.
Yeah.
And, you know, pretty much, like, they did this like 2 years ago, actually. They tore up, like, the road, like, they should have sidewalk to get some pipes, like, fixed, but I don't know why the fuck they're doing this one. Our road's completely fine.
Yeah.
Because they tore up my my parents' street this summer, and that was annoying as fuck. Every time I go there, it just got worse and worse.
Yeah.
And worse. And
Yeah,
then finally, it just ended. I was like, okay, they're done.
Yeah, why are they tearing it up? Nobody, like, drives, like, stupid shit around in my neighborhood. At most, there's, like, a guy in a go-kart, but that's pretty much it.
Well, in mine, it was to add sidewalks and hideous street lights. Just horrible. You know those modern-looking ones, the big black ones that have the blue light?
Yeah, I saw
I hate those.
It's gonna be it's on your parents' street, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw that they were working on that street too.
Garbage.
Anyways, garbage, and let's transition real quick into the intro. No, I'm kidding. Welcome to Flabbergasted by Audacity. I'm Jamal.
Now Patrick, and we're joined by
Mr. Isaiah.
Mr. Isaiah, not even Isaiah, just Mr. Isaiah. That's
Yeah, why not? Fuck
crazy.
it.
So, my words of wisdom is attached to a story that I found on Reddit.
You're black?
No, but I don't know if the story is true because it's on Reddit, so there's a very good chance that it's false. I hope that it's true because it's a really nice like feel good story. It's about this guy. He works at a coffee shop, and he was like an early morning, so it wasn't like a whole lot of clients. This lady comes in, and he could tell that like she's upset. So he's like, okay. He's like, hey, good morning. How are you? She's like, I'm okay. But he could tell that like she wasn't okay. So he asked her again, like, are you sure okay? Like, is everything all right, ma'am? And that's when she was like, she kind of like broke down. She was like, yeah, well, you know, like my husband is dying. Like he used to do everything around the house. Like he was like my handyman, and now he's dying, and I feel like I can't take care of him the way that he took care of me. So after hearing that story, the man decided to give her the coffee for free. Like it's on the house, like it's okay. She left in a pretty good mood after that, and the evening shift, one of the workers called him and said, "Hey, did you serve an older lady this morning?" He was like, "Yeah." He's like, "And you gave her a free coffee?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, the daughter called and just wanted to say thank you. That kind of gave her a new perspective on her husband's disease. Basically, it was more of like, you know, people can still be kind in this world, even if you're having a bad day or you're having a shit time." And then basically, what happened was a couple weeks go by, and he's back at work, and this lady pulls him aside and says, "Do you know who I am?" And he goes, "Yeah, you look familiar." I said, "Are you the lady that I served that coffee to?" And she goes, "Yeah." And while she was saying that, a whole group of people walked in. It was like 20 people. And he says in the story, he goes, he hates like those big numbers because it's hard to take everyone's order, but he gets ready to do it anyways. But that's when the lady steps up, and she goes, "When you gave me that coffee, that gave me a new perspective on my husband's life. Though he died, my my viewpoint of the world has changed. He goes, not many people have been kind to me, and you might have think that that was a small thing what you did, but it was actually like a very meaningful thing. And everyone that was in that coffee shop was a member of the family, and they all came to shook his hand. And they said thank you. And I thought that was really cute. I was like, I hope it's real. Could be fake for all I fucking know. But I was like, you know, sometimes kindness that like just something that you might think is super small is like, oh, I was just giving a coffee, or I'm just, you know,
It's very strange because like on one hand I would love for this to be true, but the idea of like 20 family members just gathering, like unless it was just after the funeral, like dude,
well, it was like a day after, yeah.
Okay, but even then, like we had an outing of what 6 people, and it took forever to get organized.
Yeah, for like,
Imagine trying to organize 20 people to go to a coffee shop.
Exactly.
I mean, you know how big families are.
Yeah,
I
probably
don't have a big family. I want one,
wow.
but that requires a lot of baby making. So.
but basically, yeah. So I was like, you know, so there's like, you know, those little small things. For you, it's like, it's whatever, like, it's fine. But then, at the same time, that could be really big for someone else. I did get suckered into something though, and this is like the backhand slap of like this feel good story. Was walking to Montreal. What day was that? That was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday, Tuesday. So 2 days ago. And I'm walking, and there's this lady in a wheelchair that isn't on the sidewalk. Like she's just on the street. She's right in front of the sidewalk, and she looks like distraught, right? And no one's helping her. So I kind of felt bad. I was like, okay, like obviously she probably needs to get on the sidewalk. Like, well, I said in French, I'm like, are you okay? She goes, I have no money. And I was like, fuck. And now I'm thinking to myself, how do I get out of the situation now?
Well, it's simple. Well, you better get some then, and keep walking.
You know, so I was like, oh, I said, like, do you need help? So I was like, no, I don't need no help on the sidewalk. I just need money. And I was like, well, I don't have any. She's like, are you sure? I'm like, I'm very positive.
Are you sure?
It's like, are you sure? I was like, no, let me check again my empty wallet. Hold on. I'm like, no, I don't have no fucking money.
Yeah,
but like,
people must be struggling extra though, because no one carries cash anymore.
Exactly, right? Like, I don't fucking carry cash, but I was just like, I don't know. The way that she was positioned, it really looked like she just didn't have the strength to get on the sidewalk.
Well, if you gave her some money, she could have like invested in her stats and gotten on the sidewalk.
My
Her stats. Her stats. Yeah, she didn't enough in the stats of legs, apparently. So yeah, that's my my word to wisdom today. Be careful who you help, but help anyways, I guess.
Help everyone, but not everyone.
Exactly.
I mean, moral of the story, always carry a few pennies.
Yeah.
Or, you know, at least change.
I have a couple $1 for you. Here you go.
Here you go.
So let's get into the this week. Someone else have like words of wisdom, or that was it?
I woke up this morning and it was pretty good.
All right. So then let's get into this week's stories. I just heard this one like an hour ago, and I had to share it because I found it so funny. I think we've all been in that situation once where you're listening to your favorite song in the car, and you're singing the song loud, right, in your car. I think we've all kind of done that once in our lives.
Oh yeah.
I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So have you ever got a ticket for it?
What?
Yeah. So this man in Montreal was finishing his day from work, and he was playing his favorite song on the radio, which is the English song called "Gonna Make You Sweat" from the Music Factory, CNC Music Factory. That's the ba 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 ba. Everybody dance now. So he's singing the song like it was loud, like his favorite song. So he has his window down. He's singing the song. Not one cop car, but 2 cop cars pull him over and say, "Were you yelling?" And I was like, "No, I was singing." And they go, "We need your driver's license," and gave him a $142 ticket for screaming in a public place. So he's gonna fight the ticket, hoping that the judge likes house music.
So Montreal is just against joy. And
Apparently.
happiness.
My favorite though was the comment underneath that had the most likes was, "If you would have been singing in French, it would have been fine." I'm like, that's fucking funny. That's so funny.
Probably true.
Because honestly, probably very true. Because and what I hate so much is just how I love when like news companies try and get like a statement out of the company that's responsible for like whatever happened. So in this case, it'd be the SQDC. And what they were saying was they were going, "Oh, we just most police officers don't give a ticket out for nothing. We only give it if there's actually a crime." And then CTV News just goes, "Wow, not only that, but there's a ticket for a guy who went 1 kilometer over the speed limit in Alberta. One guy for having a cracked driver's license. That wasn't cracked all the way. Just a part of it was chipped. It was broken. He got a ticket for that. What else? There's another woman that got a ticket for like the most dumbest things, like the dumbest things that you could think of that they got tickets for." So I was like, okay, buddy, all right, whatever the fuck you say. So be very careful when playing music. Apparently cops don't like that shit. Apparently it's too loud. You're screaming. So
Jamal, what would you do if you were playing a show and just cop goes on the side of the stage, so you're gonna have to stop? I'm afraid you're just too damn loud. What do you do?
well, we didn't have that, but we actually had during COVID that we had to stop a show because people were dancing. So we had to wait until the cops leave to continue our show like regular, which was pretty funny. We had that one time. We had a cop come into one of our smaller gigs because they were trying to find someone who was selling drugs. So it's not the first time that that's happened.
So where did you hide your drugs?
Wow, because I'm black. Wow. No, actually, it was a white guy who was selling drugs. Funny enough, but
Undercover,
we just
I like
stopped.
that.
We just stopped. We just stop and wait until the cops is done, and then we continue the show. It's rare that they do stop us though. Most of the time, it won't be us that they will talk to. They will talk to the management. But we've got it in not in trouble, but we've definitely had complaints before. Couple places that we've done where neighbors complained that it was too loud. Chat.
All right.
Yeah, for sure.
Isaiah, do you sing in cars? I don't think I've ever seen you sing in a car.
Well, Isaiah's muted right now, so he might be taking a shit.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know. But I think.
Sorry about that. I had to do something.
Okay.
Blah. Remember, I'm the quiet person of the group. I don't sing.
Yeah, I've seen him in the. Yeah,
That's what I
he'll
thought.
sing. Everyone else is singing, but yeah. So just be careful, basically. If one trying to sing Montreal.
I only dance.
Yeah. So we had spoken about this last week, but now I found the province that's doing it. It's Alberta that's banning all cell phones inside schools. So in and around the vicinity of the school building, no cell phones allowed. So with
Amen.
school,
Told you it was Alberta.
yeah, with school starting again, with a teacher shortage, how do you guys feel? How do you guys feel that? How do you think this is going to affect the school system? How do you think that what do you think is going to be the cause of this?
This is going to backfire tremendously, and it's going to be hilarious.
But why is it going to backfire? Is it because students just can't function without their phones?
If you really think about it, this is just like when the British government banned alcohol for the longest time, then crime went up like 50%.
Yeah.
Just take that, but replace alcohol with cell phones.
Patrick?
I was thinking it's a step in the right direction. However, a lot of kids are very dependent on their cell phones and they're incapable of feeling boredom for even a minute. So I think it's going to cause a lot of problems. However, it's a step in the right direction. It's like a, what do you call that? Growing pains, kind of?
Yeah.
It's a double-edged sword.
I think this is gonna be largely negative, compared to the positive outlook. It's largely negative, and not for the reasons that you stated, Patrick, with like the whole like boredom stuff and kids being reliant. Granted, yes, that is a part of it. I'm looking at a bit more of a different angle of it. That I think it's going to exhaust the already struggling teacher role, role, because now teachers are going to have to be disciplined even more, and kids are not stupid. They're gonna find ways to sneak their phones in. Like it's the same thing during the time when we were in school, when you weren't allowed to wear headphones, and kids would have it underneath their sweater, that goes through their arm, and they would lay their hand on their arm. Lay their arm on their head with their head next to their ear, and that's how they would have like their headphone in. Like, they're gonna find ways around this.
They're
I
gonna
think
cut a
it's
hole in a book, that kind of thing.
yeah. Well, I don't think they're gonna go to that extreme. Maybe some kids will.
Yeah.
But like, I just feel like teachers are already stressed, they're already struggling, they're already going through these burnouts. I feel that with how kids are raised these days, to top it off, this self-entitlement and the whole, oh, you can't search me, that's sexual harassment, all this stuff. It's like, it's just gonna make the burnout even more frequent. Because I don't want to have to deal with that as a teacher. It's like, no, these are the rules. It's not my fault. These are the rules that the government wants to instill. I have to enforce it. I have to enforce it, and you gave me attitude about it. It's like, why are you doing this? Why are you being such a fucking bitch? You know? So, I think it's gonna be largely negative for that, and I think it's also going to lower every test score ever. I think to the point I
Because
don't
they were all
think
cheating. Is that what you're getting at?
yeah. No, honestly, I'm not like you're laughing, but like I'm being dead ass serious. Like, I don't think it's gonna get to that point where we're gonna have to change what the passing grade is, but I think it's gonna get to a very dangerous point where this will be one of the lowest years of test scores. I'm always willing to put money on it, because with technology, it makes everything easier. I mean, we gotta admit that, especially now with ChatGPT and all these fucking bots that can make essays for you. It's like, that's going to give you the best way to catch people who are using ChatGPT, because you're gonna have to do some assignments in person, and as soon as it doesn't sound like them through homework, you're automatically gonna know that they're using ChatGPT. You know?
Oh yeah,
So
it gets easier. It gets easier for the student if your teacher's an idiot.
yeah, but it also gets easier for the teacher if the student's dumb, right? If the student can't write very well and does an assignment in class, right? He writes it, and then that day he has homework, and he's sounding like fucking Albert Einstein, then you know that the kid is fucking cheating. But
Well,
yes, vice versa. If the teacher's a fucking dumbass and doesn't realize that, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, though, I look at it like this: they can cheat all they want. They can't cheat on the final exam. Final exam's in person, buddy. So it's like, you can cheat your way to the very top, no problem. When it comes down to it, if you haven't learned shit and you have to do the final exam, I'm hoping that you fail at that point.
people find very creative ways to cheat even on final exams.
Oh yeah, I mean, I saw one time one kid used the inside of an eraser. Like, you know when an eraser comes in like that little piece of cardboard around it? They had the notes inside that. They like re-glued it so it could look like a legitimate eraser. And then when test came, he took it off and he had all his fucking notes on there. I'm like, that's, first of all, very smart. Well, I was like, damn, okay, I like that shit.
And you know, if something gets taken away from them, people are gonna find like other avenues to reach that same
Yeah.
goal.
I mean, listen, we're always gonna have cheaters. That's just part of life. It's just that I think this is going to create, it's gonna create a lot of division. I think it's gonna be a lot of kids who are just naturally gifted and really smart. They're not gonna see much of a change. Kids who are very crafty and very creative, they're gonna find ways to get around it, for sure. Kids who maybe are not as creative or not as smart are going to really fucking struggle. They're gonna really struggle. You know, it's like it's gonna really it's not gonna help student life either. I feel like it's gonna be a lot more bullying around this. Because what's gonna happen is a lot of kids are gonna be threatening to go home and then write stuff about other people, and then the other person can't do anything until they get home. It's
What? You talking about cyberbullying?
So we went
little
from
bit.
doing test scores to cyberbullying. That's a whole other issue right there.
I like that. They're like just threatening. I'm gonna cyberbully you when I get home and get access to my phone. Like, that's.
Well, it could be that, but another thing I'm thinking about as I'm saying that too is like, I feel like well, I mean, they're already attached to their fucking phone, but I'm like, I feel like they're gonna be even more so when they get home. It's like as like a cigarette smoker not be able to smoke for like the whole day. They're gonna go home and fucking like shoot out like 3 of them at the same time, you know?
A cigarette smoker.
A cigarette
What else is he supposed to do with it? Deep fry it?
No, but it's just like they can't do it for the whole day. When they get home, they're like, oh my god, like I need to be on my phone, you know? It's like,
Yeah, it's literally a fix, and
yeah.
it's granted, it's gonna take a lot for a lot of like kids and teenagers nowadays to learn
Yeah.
not to be with their phone all the time. Because granted, remember when we were teenagers, like only a few people had like a phone here and there. I didn't have a phone until I was like 18. I was already fresh out of high school.
Yeah.
Because I didn't need it.
Yeah, but at the
YouTube,
time,
whatever, you just do it on your phone. But now, since it's all more widespread,
I
it's getting
wonder,
more difficult.
I wonder if they banned tablets though.
No, they.
just bigger cell phones.
Yeah, that's what I'm going. If they don't ban tablets, then they haven't really done anything. They had to ban everything.
And the thing is, though, if they do ban everything, what about these select few like kids that actually need
Yeah,
they'll
that's
provide
another problem.
laptops or tablets from school and whatnot.
I guess they could do that because then they have bit more restriction. They can like restrict certain websites, I guess. But no, you're right about that. I didn't think about the kids who actually need technology to.
Yeah, because not everyone is gonna use their phones for nefarious means, but at the same time, though, you have to think about everybody else and not just the few that are causing trouble here and there.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree. I get where you're coming from. I didn't go with that part. I think I'm definitely gonna be looking into this farther once we hit like December, I guess, and give you a little update about
How
everyone's
the school year's
failing.
going? Yeah.
Yeah, we're all failing. Fuck, at the Lord, the fucking passing grade
Yeah.
like 50 or something.
And hell, even before ChatGPT, like I remember back in 2018, like scores were already low for a lot of kids out there.
Yeah, I think when we left, it started to drop because that's when technology was coming really rampant. Because if you think about it, we were just at just at that cusp. That cusp of technology was getting there. It wasn't to the point where it was like, it could do everything, but it could do majority. It's like in high school, what? I think the farthest that we got was, that's when the first few smart boards started to come in. Like we were just getting smart boards, like it just started, which was perfect because it's like we got to still do school the old-fashioned way, but we're also learning about the new technology that was coming in basically. And with college, I mean, I'm trying to think. The farthest, it wasn't anything too crazy. We have iPads, EP. Like the iPads weren't that fucking nuts, but it still wasn't at Chat GPT levels, But no, I think it's gonna take a drastic turn for the worse. I think a lot of kids are gonna fail, and I wonder if the government's hypothetically speaking, if it is as bad as it is the government gonna do what I've seen been done before, is lower the passing grade. I wonder if they'll actually do that. Yeah.
Remember when the bar was raised from a
Yeah, it was
50 to a
crazy.
60? No, it's going back.
Yeah, well, think about it seriously, because it's like you need to fill up high schools and colleges and universities, and you can't do that if everyone's failing. So you have to lower that because no one can pass. I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's gonna happen. I'm just saying that with this ban in Alberta, I feel like that's a possibility. Now, every other province hasn't done it as extreme as they have. Quebec, for example, only did it to where you can't have it during the class period, but during lunch and recess, go crazy. But during the class, you can. So
Yeah, Quebec has its own problems.
yeah. Well, and I'm about to get into those problems right now. Continuing with the school system, let's jump up into CEGEP real quick, where the new Quebec French law that's been in place now, which basically states that they need to have more French classes in English CEGEP. So, for example, to take math in French or science in French or whatever, maybe whatever you're following, so whether that be film or arts or literature or whatever, to have that option to learn that in French. rather than in English, which I'm okay with. I'm not too upset about that, to be honest, because I think it is good to have options. If, you know, going to English CJEP, okay, yeah, you should know that you're probably gonna have to do it in English. But if you also want to take one class in French, I mean, I don't see any harm in that. However, because of that, they've had to terminate some courses because there wasn't enough teachers to go around basically to handle all the classes. The good news was that both Dawson and Vanier did not see a drop in enrollment, which was I guess some good news. Um, Champlain did not release their enrollment, or at least I didn't see it, nor did I see it for Marianopolis or John Abbott, but I did see it for Dawson and Vanier. However, on the flip side, Concordia lost 30% of their enrollment due to the increase of tuition from $9,000 to $12,000. Um, Basically saying that they've lost over $50 million in revenue. And saying that it's been like this since the pandemic, basically, since the pandemic hit. The numbers have dropped. Of course, the reason why this was done to Concordia is because it's the biggest English university in Montreal, and Quebec has only focused on protecting the French language. So they said, let's do that, basically.
Protecting's a strong word. I say like coddling.
Yeah, well, basically. So Bishop's University in the Eastern Townships were exempted from the increase, so they were not touched, which is so weird because Bishop's is in Sherbrooke, and Eastern Townships region also had the English University that wasn't touched. Just McGill and Concordia, the only two that got affected. McGill didn't say anything yet. They are fighting this. They are suing the Quebec government. Good luck to them. Godspeed if they win. But it's just sad. It just really is sad that we're living in this. That we're living in this society that I mean, I know as of late Legault has not. I think he has the lowest approval rate of any PM in Quebec. But
Fuck
it's
that
just
yogurt.
yeah, it's just I think what frustrates me so much is that because he has majority government that we can't even do anything. It's like we just have to watch it happen and hope to God that the next government fixes that issue. That's all that we can hope for, which is crazy if you really think about it. So yeah, it's just it's very sad, very very sad. I feel bad for Concordia. I mean that's not good for them. It's not good for any of us, to be honest, because they also bring a lot of money. So, yeah, school system's fucked.
It could always
That's
get
it.
worse, Jamal.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
Yeah,
I
don't
guess
forget our neighbors down below.
Yeah, well, they got their own issues, so I'm not even gonna talk about.
I
them,
was
but
more
yeah.
referring to our neighbors across the pond. Did you guys
Across
hear
the
that
pond?
you're not even allowed to criticize any government actions, otherwise you could be arrested?
In which where
Which country?
exactly?
This is
What country is
happening in Europe, in
Okay,
England.
in Inkland,
Yeah.
So wait, they're not allowed to do what exactly?
they can't
People-
criticize the government.
Yeah, people were criticizing the immigration problem online, and then cops would show up at their house and arrest them for it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, so if you post a meme
Wow.
like goes against immigration, they're like, "Oi, buddy, you coming along with us? You see?"
Okay, well, I know America has freedom of speech. I could have swore Europe also had that law, or am I crazy?
They just didn't care because it's not like a hot button issue. But I guess
Okay.
you know.
Wow, I mean, I'm almost positive they have like freedom of speech. That is freedom. That is going to get you
Well,
right.
yeah, but did
Oh,
you know
I'm sorry.
like even Canada doesn't have freedom of speech? So who knows?
I mean, to
We
a point they
don't.
do. Well, okay, not like it's not like China. It's not like we can't talk about anything, because like there was a van that was in Toronto. I'm not sure you heard about the story like about a couple months back that was displaying propaganda that Syria was taking over Canada, like wake up Canada, your country's being like run by like immigrants and stuff like that. They couldn't stop the van, the truck. Sorry, that was displaying messages. They couldn't do anything. They investigated, but they obviously couldn't be like, you can't say that. It's his. They even there's a it's called Rebel News, that they are a they are a raunchy newscast that kind of says what they want, do what they want type of thing, and they said, listen, like, we're allowed to do that. We're allowed to express our views. And I was like, yeah, no, not wrong. Yeah, well, he's allowed to express his views. So, yeah.
That's why Canada's weird though, because like on paper, we have hate speech laws and all that, but then stuff like that happens, and you're just like, oh, nothing happened. I guess it's a little loosey-goosey.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. I don't know.
Yeah. So what happened in the story from Europe? People were getting arrested, like actual, like dozens of people and all that. And then
yes,
people from the U.S. started posting memes about it too. Like, hey, they can't get me. I'm all the way over here.
That's funny. Yeah.
And
it's
then
like,
no, it gets worse. It gets worse.
What?
The British government was trying to get them, what do you call them, extradited over to them so they could be arrested. The U.S. is like, what the fuck? No.
That's funny. I love that.
Wow, that's funny.
Well, I don't understand. I mean, I know immigration is bad over here, but is it really that bad?
It's a lot worse over there. It's a little bit worse than in the U.S. because
it's easier to reach, huh?
Well, yeah, because it's pretty well connected. But it's not just that, because they're getting a lot of Muslims who like to do the terrorism. You know, like what's her name? Taylor Swift had a part of her shows canceled because they were threatening bombings and whatnot.
I did hear about
that was a part of that.
Yeah.
And it's like, even what's happening in, was it Toronto? People come, right? But they're used to a certain way of life. And for example, these are Indians, and they would just shit everywhere because they don't have toilets in India. So
yeah,
they come over with different values and all that, and they're not being well assimilated because
growing pains, you know.
That too. But typically when you get assimilated, it's because you're a minority. But if you bring over too many people, they create their own communities and they stay the same, and two sides become hostile because neither one is like the other.
Yeah. No, I'm just surprised that to that fucking point. That's fucking nuts. That is crazy. So how do you feel about bands being like having like reunions? How do you feel about that, like in general, like when a band like gets back together? I guess you could say
it's a little iffy. It's like 50-50, right?
Yeah.
It could be awful, and you're like, oh no, they're so old now, they don't have it in them, they're just doing it for the money. But on the other hand, you'd be like, yes, please. But I guess it depends who it is, what they're playing, and all that.
So Linkin Park has been rumored to be getting back together. And
they want a front woman though, eh? They're replacing Chester with a woman.
Yeah. So this is where I also want to add the part 2 of the question is, how do you feel about a band getting back together and not having a key member there, whether they be dead or just not part of the group anymore, right? How do you guys feel about that?
It can work.
It can work.
Yeah?
It can work.
Like
AC/DC.
it can.
Bon Scott died in the late 70s or something. And they got Brian Johnson 81. Back in Black.
Queen.
Boom.
Yeah, and then Queen with Adam Lambert.
No,
that worked out really well.
Doesn't count. No.
How does that not count?
Because I don't like him.
Okay, well, it does count. I don't like him. I mean, granted, you don't like him or not, he does a pretty good job. Like, I think
he does a passable job. Okay.
Okay. Well, it's like you're never gonna have like another Freddie Mercury. That's like impossible. That he's a very unique person, but for someone who isn't him, he does a pretty good job. Him, the guy from Journey, Steve Perry, they got like this Filipino kid who sounds just like him.
Yeah, I've seen clips. He's pretty good.
Yeah. So it's like, it depends, because then you also have the other side where I remember when the Jacksons came, I'm like, where's Michael? Like, it just doesn't work without Michael Jackson in that group. Like, that's what made the group, Michael. You know, so like it really does depend. I am curious to see. I think Linkin Park is a very big band. I think that they can pull this off if done correctly. I'm just curious to see who they're gonna get as the front woman.
Oh, it hasn't even been announced yet.
No. They haven't even said that they are getting back together, but there's a lot of rumors surrounding the fact that they will. So yeah, I found that very interesting.
Okay, well, I get that. But no, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Like even
I guess, yeah.
Pantera started touring last year, I think. And,
Okay.
And 2 out of 4 of the band members are dead, so they replaced them with other great musicians who are well known in the rock and metal community. So everyone's like, it's not the original, but they're great replacements, so why not?
Okay, so then that's good. At least it's like they're accepted. It's not anything like bad or anything like that.
Yeah.
Very important. Very important. I feel like I'm talking a lot. Not sure if anyone
You're
else
talking
has
way
anything.
too much. I'm gonna need to cut you off, okay?
Okay, go.
All right.
cut
So
me
last
off.
week you said you wanted me to bring this story back along with others.
Yes.
Did you know that Disney can kill your wife and it's fine?
Yeah, I heard about this. When you said, I had to look it up. I was like, what? I
It's
didn't
that
hear
one
about
South
that.
Park joke come to life.
Yeah, basically, it really is
Yeah,
that.
and
Yeah.
you gotta read those terms and conditions, otherwise you might be signing your soul away to a major corporation.
I heard about that.
So for
yeah.
anyone who doesn't know, this couple wanted to go eat at a restaurant, but they needed to make sure they didn't have any allergens. And of course, this Disney-owned restaurant boasts, we have non-allergens and all that. We got great options for lactose intolerant, vegan, whatever. All these different things. Like, just come eat here, it'd be no problem. And upon arriving, they even said to the waiter, I'm gonna order this. Can you just make sure check the chef and all that? There's absolutely no traces of I don't remember what it was, but probably shellfish or something like that. Absolutely no traces of anything that could be hazardous to my wife here. And they're like, okay, I'll go check. And they go check. All good. They come back. All right, good to go. And then they order. And of course, the person dies a few hours later because trace amounts of whatever they allergic to were in their food. And so, husband tries to sue. And Disney is like, no, dude, you got a free 3 months of Disney Plus. So, if you read the terms and conditions, it says here in the fine print, you cannot sue us for anything.
Yeah. Hey, I'm sorry. That's
You know what's crazy though? He was only asking for like $55,000, which is nothing from Disney.
That's crazy. He must not really he must not really love her then, if that's the case.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, I would ask for a lot more.
Yeah, I was thinking for at least like 10 grand. No, sorry, 10 million. Fuck that.
I was like, Jamal, that's a lot less than 55,000.
Yeah. No, 10 million. I'm going crazy. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna be like on the TV like crying my eyeballs out, going. Ah. And then I win the money. I'm still crying. But I wiping the tears with $100 bills. I'm like,
okay, calm down there.
Like in Dumb and Dumber, Jim Carrey blows his nose into it.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and the other stories, what are the stories that you brought back?
The 2 astronauts stranded on the ISS.
Yeah!
Because they trusted a Boeing product.
Oops.
Yeah, oops, exactly, right?
It was supposed to last, I think 2 weeks or something, and they've been up there for almost 4 months.
Yeah, I think they said that they can't come back until February of next year, I think is what I heard.
Yeah, February 2025, using a SpaceX rocket.
Yeah, let's go, Elon.
That's some good publicity right there for SpaceX.
Oh yeah, major.
But the messed up thing though is that they've been up there for, like I said, 4 months, and they're only getting coverage now. Like, did you hear about it 2 months ago? No.
Nope.
Typically, space news is pretty prominent and big.
Yeah, I guess. I didn't hear about it. I saw a post about it on Instagram, but that's about as far as I got.
No, I think Boeing's pulling strings, right? Remember those people they had assassinated?
Yeah, the whistleblowers. Yeah.
And now I would assume they're covering up this story, unless they tried.
Could be.
Yeah, and remember the plane door that fell off as well, like it's fucking JoJo Part 8.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and the landing gear that fell into the parking lot, that too.
Yeah. Boys is fucking falling apart, man.
Yeah.
That whole thing is fucking falling apart.
My uncle works for them, and I want to. I'd love to ask him some questions, but he lives in the U.S.
Yeah, and then watch.
You might get assassinated. Watch.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to.
You're gonna ask the questions. Next thing you know, he's gonna be fucking dead. Fuck.
just at a dinner table. So I have some questions about Boeing. Why did you say that name? Why did you say fucking red dot comes out of nowhere on his forehead?
Yeah. Red dot. There's a projector outside. I love Boeing. My job is great. We make the best planes.
He's being sarcastic. Take the shot.
Exactly right. That would be pretty. That'd be pretty funny. So, yeah.
Whoa, I think. Isaiah didn't. It sounded like you wanted to throw some shade at Elon.
I mean, I always do. Oh yeah, fuck.
I
I
always
forgot.
do.
Fuck Elon.
Oh my god. The things I could say about this person. I'm not sure if you guys covered this or not, but did you know that Elon is a baby fur?
A baby what?
A baby fur?
A baby fur?
What are you saying? Speak
Like-
English.
Like fur?
Okay, I'll translate this. So, you know what a furry is, right?
Yeah.
Yes, yes. So a baby
Go
furry?
go even lower.
He wants to be a baby?
That's also a furry?
Yep.
I don't understand.
Baby
So he
furry.
wants to dress up as a baby dressed as
No,
a
no.
furry?
He was a baby fur. Back in 2009, these pictures leaked about like 3 months ago, or maybe it was like last month, somewhere around that.
Okay.
But Elon Musk, he has his own little fursuit and everything, and it's a picture of him rolling the worst blunt in existence.
Okay.
$5 is him who posted it himself.
No, it
Okay. That
it
was
was
funny.
leaked. It was leaked by one of his friends who hated him.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
All right. That would be really funny if it was just him who like posted himself. I would have laughed at that. Like,
I mean, the guy is addicted to just ruining his own image, and lawsuits.
yeah, he's a lot of those. He's
Yeah.
a lot of lawsuits.
He's got lawsuits from like a bunch of companies. He's got lawsuits from his own family. Well, family in air quotes. He's not a very good dad. Shocker.
Yeah, I haven't heard a lot about his plane kid or whatever the fuck the kid's name is. AC
Oh.
130 above, whatever the fuck.
Archangel 13 or something like that.
Yeah,
No.
fucking-
No one's
oh,
heard of that kid ever since he dropped that fucking name.
That shit kills me. That shit fucking kills me every single time. It's so funny. I love it.
Yeah, he really wants to be like cool to everyone, but he's really just fucking lame. Like, he's the 150-year-old at a party for teenagers type deal. Like, get the fuck out of here, please.
Do you have anything to add, Patrick? Do you want to try and defend Papa Elon?
Nah, I'm good. He's doing alright. He's got billions of dollars.
He does have billions of dollars.
He doesn't need my defense. He can just buy
Yeah.
a lawyer.
Yeah, he's got like an entire fan base for that, so you're good. We don't need one
Yeah.
more.
No, he's
No,
good.
I like him overall. He's weird, which is
Well, he's
entertaining.
weird,
So it
alright.
doesn't bother me.
Okay, well, there you go, I guess. So getting going back into the whole elections thing.
Oh,
Not
no.
sure if you. So I know that Taylor Swift had been rumored to show up at a Harris press rally with Beyonce,
Oh yeah, I heard about
and
that.
apparently they're saying that if she does endorse Harris, it's basically a shoo-in because of how many fangirls Taylor Swift and Beyonce have combined.
It's just sad
That
though.
they're- That I'm going. If that is the case, then politics in America has to just restart.
Yeah, that is
You
the real
start-
threat to democracy right there. When you
Yeah,
just
yeah,
get people
no,
to say
'cause-
vote for this person rather than actually voting for them. Okay, Isaiah,
Yeah,
that's a fake picture.
That's real. I'm sorry.
There's no way that's real.
It's real.
I can believe that.
Dude, what's with the light of God in the middle?
He was rolling a blunt.
Where's the light coming from? Oh, it's a cell phone on top of the bottle. Okay.
Okay, it's real.
Alright,
But
but he looks
yeah.
cute. Cute boy.
He looks cute. That looks very.
I want to get an
concerning.
owl onesie. That'd be cool.
It looks very concerning to me, but okay. But yeah. So I don't know. I think if that, yeah, if that does happen, yeah, just restart. Get like 100 people in a room. Make a vote. Call it a day. Because this is that would be terrible. That would be absolutely terrible if that actually does happen. Ew. That is a really bad joint. The hell? He was asked to leave?
Yeah, can you imagine getting rejected by, granted, a bunch of weird people because they're too weird for the community?
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's actually kind of fucked up. Huh, interesting. Very interesting. The
So
only
funny.
the last thing that I have, and this is a, I don't think we spoke about this much. I've recently been watching gameplay of the new game that came out, Wukong.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is
So-
what Jamal does every time. He doesn't actually play any video games. He just watches people play them and then judges them.
Well, okay. First of all, it's a Dark Souls game, and
It's not
I
a
can
Dark Souls
say-
game.
Patrick, have you watched it?
It's a Souls-like game.
It's Souls like. Okay, it's a Dark Souls game. I'm sorry. Anything that had that type of like, how can I describe it? Gameplay aspect where it's you die 20,000 times and you keep finding the same boss because you find it fun is a
Well,
Dark Souls game to me.
Okay, the trick is get good.
Oh, yeah, okay, whatever. Anyway,
The trick is play the game before you judge it, you crab.
I'm
Yeah.
not judging. I'm not saying that the game is bad.
Jamal, have you
And-
play
in
video
fact-
games?
In fact, I think the game is very nicely done.
I've been waiting for it for quite a while, ever since the
Yeah.
gameplay showcase like 3 years ago.
And it looks very smooth. Well, at least from how the guy's playing it, but like, the game itself looks fun. That I will give it. It looks very fun. He's having a fun time. I'm enjoying watching it, to be honest with you. But what I found interesting was, and this is one of those things where I'm going, we've kind of like got into like this stalemate of video games where we've only kind of gone like a couple directions. Because it's the only direction that make money, which is like shooters, Dark Souls, sports games, and that's it.
No, this is
Well,
driving simulators, this is racing games, this is
Oh,
fighting
sorry,
games.
Dark
What,
Souls.
the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah.
What is your argument here,
Okay,
Jamal?
come on, okay. You cannot say that with me in the room. I mean, come on now.
I'm okay, but what I'm saying super mainstream. I did forget about racing. I forgot that Forza
Well,
was.
as of late, the most mainstream games are just looter shooters with gay skins. That's what it is now.
Okay, skins. That's fine.
Well, it's true.
But,
Call of Duty used to be like awesome and like look.
Yeah.
Your soldier would look cool. Now you want him to look like a furry for some reason.
Yeah. No,
It's
no,
real
it's,
on.
it's real. It's just, I kind of feel like I agree. Yeah, there's multiple genres, fighting and all this stuff. But I just feel like the games that are getting the most love or getting the most publicity seem to surround the same couple of styles, right? Which is shooters and driving and these Dark Soul is or roguelike type games, basically, from what I can tell. Not
Souls
many
and roguelike
games.
games are completely different. Sorry, I need to
Are,
correct you.
okay. Okay, well then, I guess Hades was the last one that was roguelike. That was like pretty popular.
That was the last like indie game that got a lot of publicity, but there's still like a bunch more. You're just not paying attention.
But if the general population pay attention, I know that I could probably find really unique games. Like I found this one game I've played called what the car. It's fucking awesome. Love this game. But it's one of these little small indie companies. So what I'm trying to figure out is mainstream wise, where's the target audience looking at? And I feel like they're only looking at a couple of genres. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm 100% wrong, and you can yell at me in the comments. But I really feel like these last couple of years, there has not been much where I'm like, oh shit, like I can't wait to play. You
No,
know?
the fact is that like I guess you could say AAA game sales are down,
Yeah,
but that's mostly their fault because they're just
making
Yeah,
the
because
same
they're
It's
thing.
not
just doing
making
the
great
same
games.
shit over and over again.
Yeah.
Like, if you
Yeah.
want a mainstream game that people are talking about right now, aside from shitting on Concord, is Black Myth Wukong and Valve's new game Deadlock.
I did hear something about Deadlock. I did hear about that one too. Yeah, I did hear that one was also pretty good.
and,
Valve making a game just in general makes my PP hard. So I'm
Yeah,
happy.
it gives people, reason to be excited and whatnot. But the thing
Yeah.
is, though, like, a lot of big games, well, shock upon shock, they're still focusing on making, like, cool low graphics tech that honestly isn't a really good selling point anymore.
Yeah, it's not. It's not.
Like, sure, it's there initially, but, you can only look at a cake so long before you have to bite into it,
Yeah, that's a.
And if the
really
cake
good
is
analogy.
shit,
I like
then
that.
what are you gonna do with
Oh,
that?
okay, never mind.
And I think
No, but
that's so weird. And I think a big contributing factor to like these low sales is that they're trying to make PC gaming and console gaming more like mobile gaming, so they can make more money, like microtransactions and stuff like that, make the gameplay addictive, and it's
Yeah.
just it's not the same player base.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's not.
Yeah, no.
It's like I was even looking like at the last time I think I played with you, Patrick. Last time I played Fortnite, I was overwhelmed with how many. It looked like Gary's mod. And for those who don't know what Gary's mod is, it's just like it's a whole bunch of like little games together under one big game. And I'm like, Fortnite was you play squads or you play solo. That's it. That that was all that they had. Now they had you could do trio, you could do duo, you could play this game mode, you'll play that game mode. I'm like, what happened to just Fortnite? What happened to just plain Fortnite?
Well, the
Can't
thing
even
is
play it anymore.
though, because they spent so much time in the oven, they have enough like spare time to make all these game modes to basically appeal to everybody, and that's working out very, very well.
Yeah,
But
it's
the
working
thing
out.
is though, at least it earned that, and it just come out the gate with stuff like that.
Exactly. If you want to kill out the game with all that, then I won't be complaining. Like, okay, whatever, it's fine. Like, you stated this game's gonna have a whole bunch of like tons of games, but it's Fortnite didn't start with that. That's why I'm like, I'm agreeing with Patrick in the sense that they're kind of making it look like a mobile game, making it addictive, giving you all like these like little dopamine boosts here, dopamine hit here type of thing, you know?
I mean, it's a working formula that works.
Yeah, no, you're right. It is. It's definitely hey, it's fucking working alright.
And hey, if you
But
play
yeah.
more like free games with the exact same systems, you can figure out how these things work out pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
at this moment, while we're in this podcast, I've been playing Zenless Zone Zero just in the background while we're doing this, and it's a free game. It's got pretty decent combat and whatnot, and
There you go. Yeah. No, I get you. I get you.
yeah, I think it's a gotcha. So you do rolls. You either spend money, you don't spend money. You get a character here and there if you're lucky.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's like my girlfriend, the new map of Genshin came out, she was like playing that for like the last like 4 or 5 hours. So it was like, dopamine here, dopamine here, dopamine in it.
Yeah, the thing is though, it's pretty much like a routine. You log in, you play a little bit, and you just sign off.
Yeah, no, you're right. And it's just I don't know. I guess also myself I've become more picky with like games. So it's like I feel like I'm kind of like a deadlock. I find myself turning to older games than
Older
actually
games are
looking for-
incredible, actually. Like they're
like
they're so different, and they try new things, and it's so
Yeah.
good. So
Yeah.
I recently restarted. I found a cool website that has all of these. Well, there's tons of websites like that have ROMs of old games. So I've recently been playing Kirby Superstar Ultra for the Nintendo DS. And I forgot how much I fucking love this game. I was like, this game's actually really awesome. This is a really fun game with all like really cute little stories that I found very interesting. And you just play different characters. I was like, fuck, I forgot how good this game was. It's stuff like that where I just don't have that same joy for these newer games that are coming out. Except for What the Car. I think What the Car is probably gonna be like my new favorite when it comes out. But been playing that. I've been playing Hitman. Either two old games.
Yeah, because old stuff does what new shit doesn't do.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, so it's just sad. I feel like the music industry, the video game industry is kind of going the same path of like movie industry right now.
At least the
That's
mainstream industry,
Yeah,
anyway.
mainstream. Yeah.
Like
The
if you go
indie
for
stuff-
indie games and stuff like that,
Yeah.
I got tons to recommend.
Yeah,
you know.
and you got tons of good stuff. It's just that it's a shame that most people don't look for that. That's the part that's very frustrating.
Yeah. And I'm glad that at least some companies, mostly just Capcom, are taking opportunities to, give people a chance to play their old games, put them all these new like collections and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I heard about that. They were doing something about that.
Yeah,
they were
and
going on.
even Konami, fucking snake oil company that it is, they're releasing their old cool Castlevania games, which I fucking love, by the way.
That's great. That's good.
Yeah, so a modern audience gets to play like Castlevania Order of Ecclesia, which is my favorite Castlevania game,
Yeah,
because that was stuck on the DS for years on end.
just die sitting there.
Yeah.
Down on the fucking DS. So I want to add a new segment to this.
No.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to add it because it's just too good. So I follow a site called Spotted, which is basically just confessions, these random fucking stories. And I think what I'm gonna do every week, because there's gonna always be tons, I'm gonna pick out one at random and find one of my favorite stories on there. And today we're gonna start with this one because I read it and I said There's no fucking way. These are really rare for these to be fake. So the fact that these are most of the time true is hilarious. But I'm only gonna say at the end of the podcast. So I'm actually gonna see anything else to say.
No, we can do your segment right away.
Yeah. Okay. So impulsively broke up with my ex before the summer because I got scared and didn't want to do a long distance relationship. But it ended really bad. Fast forward 3-ish months and I'm going insane. Cause I still really regret it and I miss him. Though I thought I could move on by meeting new people, but the last guy I talked to started barking at my boobs. Is this my sign to break no contact? I just want to know who that guy is. That's all I want to know. I want to know why he was barking at some chick's boobs. I just want to know what made him do that. Is what I'm trying to figure out.
I mean, it's an internet thing. You know, you see a hot woman, you bark. It's
Yeah, but
really
like-
stupid.
No, but that was in person.
I know. People do it in real life too.
No, you shouldn't.
No, they shouldn't, but
Yeah.
they do.
I don't know. I don't know how to
Just
feel about
there is a very good reason why I look at all the weird shit and you only glance at it.
that. So Patrick, next time you see your roommate, could you just bark at her boobs for me?
Oh, I'm definitely gonna do that now.
Yeah. Just walk in. Just start doing that just to see what the fuck reaction. Curious to see what she's gonna do.
She'll probably hit me.
Yeah.
She's gonna spay and neuter you.
That's
Oof.
hot. I like that.
God, that's hot.
That's hot.
Okay.
Well, I also want to say thank you to on behalf of both of us and all of our guests. So Isaiah being here now for 2 episodes back to back. For all the new viewers that we had. Thank you for also not coming back. Kill yourself, no get it. But these last couple episodes, the views have gone up like a lot, like from 8 to like 52, which is great. So thank you for giving us a shot. I hope that you stay around. We're not that retarded. We're just kind of special.
No, it's just you.
Yeah, and yeah, just thanks for giving this small little idea that we have a chance. I guess is what I'm trying to say, and we appreciate the returning viewers also. Thank you for continuing our the support. It means everything to us to continue doing this. So, with that heartfelt message, fuck you, and I'm Flabbergasted by Audacity. I'm Jamal.
And you fucked that up. I'm Patrick.
Yeah. All right.
And
No. I already start. This is Flabbergasted by Audacity. I'm Jamal.
And I'm Patrick.
Where's the milk?
And we'll see you guys next time.
The decision rests with you. Rests with you.